to talk to us about a Black Friday campaign. But one thing that I think is really important to know is what is great about some of the things she's going to share with a referral campaign is that 84%, the Nielsen study showed that 84% of people trust recommendations from friends and family. So we're tapping into a lot of things here. We're tapping into friends and family. We're tapping into a sense of urgency, right? It's Black Friday. It doesn't happen every single Friday, just the day after Thanksgiving. So we're really tapping into that as well. I also really love that this is also a way of showing your customers that you have a referral, an official referral program. So I really, really like that. And lastly, what we hope is that you take this idea of Black Friday and really kind of think about how you could use this in other key events that happen around your business. So almost everybody that's on this webinar has a services-based company. And when we think about Black Friday, we often think about going into an actual store. So I like the idea of thinking this for services, like most of us have, and then leveraging that for key events around the services that you provide. An example, if you're a clinical office, you want to tap into when we know that FSA enrollment starts or is ending, right? So how could you use a seasonal referral campaign around FSA starts or ends? Because we know that that's a great production time. Or maybe when you see a dip in production, the beginning of January might be a time of year where your company sees a big dip in production time. So think about those ideas and the things that you could, that times of year that you'll want to tap into this same concept that Shar is going to share with us. Whoa, about referral campaigns. So Shar, take it away.
Hello, everybody. If you haven't met me yet, I've been on the customer success team for about 8 years and worked with literally thousands of Hub fans. So I see lots of familiar names out there, and welcome. We're so excited that you decided to join us today. So I want to talk about how to set up a Black Friday referral campaign. And if you're already familiar with our Hub action plans, a lot of this information is in there. So let's just kind of give an overview of the why and the what. All right. So the reason that I brought up this slide is I think it's really important if you weren't even aware that we had referrals as an option in the Hub, to take a peek at your Hub right after this webinar, literally, because it's a fabulous feature. And if you don't have standard campaigns turned on, your members don't see that they have an opportunity to refer through the app. Or through the Hub itself, because they can do that via desktop as well. So go out, make sure that you have a standard campaign running. I would call that kind of your standing offer that you would offer throughout the year. And then, as Bren mentioned, running seasonal campaigns is a great way to kind of remind people that you have it and create that sense of urgency. So both of those are found under the Manage tab. Go to Referrals, Standard Campaign, and Seasonal Campaign. We're going to jump over to Seasonal Campaign now. So how do we choose that correct offer? Well, first of all, Black Friday is, by its nature, expected to be kind of the deal of the year, right? And so you want to make sure that your offer is worthy of a Black Friday type of event, instead of hyping it up and then having it be something similar to what you do for the rest of the year. It has a short window, so it's not that it's going to be something that you're going to offer long-term, but it does create that sense of wow that you're looking for, to draw that attention and kind of almost put neon lights on your referral offer. So we have in our Hub 1,000 points, which is the equivalent of $100, every point in the Hub being $10, or being 10, every 10 points being $1, and then an entry in a drawing for a shopping spree. And that could be that could be something that you want to change up. If you have a drawing for something else, maybe you have some swag. I've even worked with an office that had a drawing for a car. So, hey, whatever works for your office is great. Yep, they really did that. Not just for Black Friday. It was a much longer referral offer than that, but you get the idea. You'll notice here that I talked about a give and a get. That's so important because we know that people refer for different reasons, and there is some social risk in referring because somebody's taking your advice, and so you want to make sure that you're offering great advice, right? And so some will offer or will refer for the purposes of getting a specific offer, but a lot of people also will refer for the give. And so having people be able to give this opportunity or this great deal to their friends and family is a really important thing. So both of those features are in our referral manager in the hub. And then also keep in mind that as you're coming up with what your amount is going to be, that referrals in the hub have 100% return on investment. You don't award those points until the person that they refer actually becomes a new customer, whether that's a patient or student or whatever that is. And so make sure that, or keep that in mind, that this really is an attrition cost, and that when you are expending that money, you got a new customer out of that. All right, so timing, obviously Black Friday, pretty obvious, right? I suggest that you run it starting with Thanksgiving, actually, instead of the day after, because as we mentioned earlier, there's a pretty high percentage of people that will take a look at a referral from a friend or a family member and see that as really what they count on for advice about where to go for your specific service. And so the 24th is a great time to get the word out. 9 a.m. in the morning before they go have dinner with friends or family or something is a great way to just kind of let them know, hey, we've got a wonderful deal for your friends and family. And then that's top of mind when they go see everybody. And then I would run that through Cyber Monday, which is on the 28th. It's pretty common time to have a Black Friday sale. It also keeps that offer open through the first day that you're back to work, so that if there are any questions about it, or somebody, is having trouble with the software or something themselves, understanding that they can reach out to you and they can say, hey, I want to refer this person. Can you help me get logged into the app, or whatever that might be, so that they can go ahead and refer. All right, so speaking of logging into the app, registered members are the ones that receive notifications about your referral offer, and they'll receive that through push notifications if they're logged into the app. They're going to receive that through emails and then also social posts, but they need to be registered. And so you have about 2 months to work on getting all of your members registered. So you can go into the hub, go to members, go to the filters and filter for registrations, find out everybody who isn't registered and send them another invitation to get registered, so that once you're ready to launch this campaign, that you've got a lot of people that are going to see it. Once the member receives the referral offer, so the notification at 9 a.m. on Thanksgiving, they are going to be able to share that offer. So you can see on the left-hand side what it would look like in an app. And down at the bottom, you can see that you've got some social shares, so they can post on their own Facebook or Twitter accounts. They can text that offer to their friends. They can email that offer to their friends, or they can grab the link. And I have a lot of people a lot of offices tell me that their members grab that link and put it into like a Facebook group. And so if you probably are personally members of Facebook groups, or people will say, hey, who do you like for, a pediatric doctor or whatever, or pediatrician, something like that. They also do the same thing for all of the services that you offer. And so it's great to have your members working for you by sharing your offer with these people in a Facebook group. And then I also wanted to mention that code is embedded in the share. So that's a wonderful thing about this share, is that even if somebody were to click on a social share, for instance, if somebody clicks on that and fills out the opt-in form that you're going to see next, the hub knows where that share came from. And so it's really a great thing for not only the member that is referring, but also for you to be able to track that and make sure people are getting credit for it. And then also, nope, forgot my also. If you've ever done training with me, you know that that happens once in a while. But let's move on to the opt-in form. So this is what the member will see when they click on it. So when they click on text message, this is what you're seeing. You're going to see the offer, or the potential member will see the offer plus a Black Friday deal for you. So that graphic kind of slightly changes because it's directed to them. They won't see what the get is, they'll only see what the give is, if that makes sense. So they're not going to see what the member receives for their referral. They're only going to receive, or they're only going to see what they get for that referral. And then when they click on it, you're going to see it, that opt-in form right there. And so they're going to see the name of the person, the face of the person that referred them, and then what that offer is. And then they opt in. Once that happens, they land in your hub. So every lead in your hub comes in as a warm lead, which is so awesome to be able to go out and know that these people wanted you to connect with them. It also will tell you what the offer was. So even if they do that on Monday and you go and check leads on Tuesday, you're still going to see that they created that, or that they went into or opted in for that particular promotion. So it really helps you with all of that tracking. The one thing that's really important to remember, speaking of leads, is that once they land in your leads, you'll want to go into each of their profiles. And when they become your newest customer, whether that's a patient or a student or whatever, whomever that is, that you convert them to a member. That tells the hub that that referral was successful. And at that point, you'll be prompted to award the points to the person that referred and the person who was referred. So again, all of that transaction happens after you've told the hub, yes, this was a successful referral. Okay, tracking. If you know me, you know that I love statistics, right? I love those reports. I love seeing how my efforts are working. And so that's one of the wonderful things about Referral Manager, is being able to go in and see how your efforts are working and being able to adjust for the next one. This is one of my favorite reports because it tells me who my influencers are. It tells me who is talking about the hub, or I mean, about my practice or my business, even before somebody fills out that opt-in form. So I can see, even if it hasn't resulted in a referral, that I can see that they're out there talking me up. And that's such important marketing information to have, is really to be able to have that and go back to those people and make sure that they stay your biggest fans and that they continue to spread the word about your business. So nowhere else, if you gave somebody a business card and said, share this with your friends, are you ever going to have the information that you have right at your fingertips in the hub. And then how is each campaign doing? So this tells you a timeline of how many shares on each particular day were generated as a result of your campaigns, how many of those shares were opened, how many of them resulted in leads. In other words, they filled out that opt-in form, and then ultimately how many were converted to new members. So again, really important to convert so that your statistics here also tell you the true picture of how your campaigns are doing. So it's really great to be able to see that on a timeline and be able to see, once they start kind of flattening out, that people are kind of forgetting about our referral and it's time to kick in and do a new seasonal campaign so that they remember the fact that we have referrals. And then also under popularity, you would be able to see how each of your campaigns performed so that you can learn from that and say, okay, I need a different offer. I need to, offer it at this time or whatever that might be. Fabulous ideas. All right, so I have a level up like Myrna did with her Handy Buyback campaign, and that is to create a lead up campaign up to Black Friday. So we know that Black Friday is a small window of time. That's on purpose, right? We want that to create that sense of urgency and have everybody jump in and not wait to fill out that opt-in form. But it is good to let people know that, hey, something big is coming, and be watching for that. And that's where Promotion Manager comes in. So we also have in the Hub these graphics, and in the Hub Action Plan suggested language to create a lead up campaign in Promotion Manager. Same kind of idea. You'd have social graphics, you would have, you could have flyers, you'd have a landing page, and you have that share button that Myrna was talking about that she loves so much. I'm right there with you, Myrna. And so it's really nice to be able to have something that gives them, maybe for the next, after the candy buyback is over, maybe for a couple weeks right before Black Friday, and let everybody know that that's coming. Okay, so as I mentioned, all of these graphics are in the Hub and ready for you. The Hub Action Plan, I'm probably stealing your thunder, Brenda, but the Hub Action Plan will be releasing later this afternoon, so you can watch for that. And if you have any questions, of course, let us know. Good luck and happy holidays.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shar. The one thing I really like about this seasonal referral is I love the idea of tapping into something that we as services businesses don't always do. But I also really like that you're giving your members a way to share, whether it's seasonal or if it's your standard referral. So Shar did a great job explaining how you set up a seasonal referral. Make sure that you have a standard referral set up as well, so that when your seasonal referral is done, you can revert back to what your standard is, because you always want to keep your customers in the know that they have a way of sharing the exciting things that you have going on in your business. So
can I hop in one thing too? I wanted to mention, because when you're talking about a season or a standard campaign, obviously super important, like that should be, again, your number one goal for today. But also you can schedule seasonal campaigns out way ahead of time. So you could schedule the seasonal campaign or an entire year's worth of seasonal campaigns this week if you wanted to, and they would start and stop automatically. And when the seasonal campaign ends, the standard campaign kicks in. So great feature.
Hot tip. Love that. Good idea.